Good morning. Good morning this morning. Here's my have to hit the record button. We can't forget that. How are you this morning? It is, what is today? The 15th of March, which means I need to get my books together and my bookkeeping for taxes. I have not done that, which is going to get the wife mad at me. We have, what all we have going on here? We have the 16th consecutive live stream, and we have me. I am not doing well with the time change. I know, it seems like 1 hour shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? You should be able to just overcome 1 hour, and I will. This is the third day in a row. I'm waking up and I feel just like terrible. And I thought yesterday was going to be the worst. And maybe it will be, but today's not that great. I'm not going to lie. I just feel like I've been hit by a truck when I wake up in the morning. It's not a good feeling. I had a mess last night. We're going to go through it because why not, right? Gosh, I don't know that we've got a full show. I almost feel like the show would perform on its own. If I didn't do anything right now, it would just roll. In fact, maybe my being involved with it is probably keeping it down. So lots going on. There's just different ways to look at things. I don't even know where to start. I guess where I'll start is this, and I hesitate to give you this insight into my thinking because it's an area of vulnerability for me. But here we go. When we made that offer on that house this past weekend, and it was rejected, even though the offer was strong. Okay, the offer was strong. As a real estate agent, you have to understand that you're always unemployed. You are unemployed until you literally get a check for a commission. Like you make no money. And this causes all kinds of things. Now, people have, through the years, said that, well, make realtors employees and everything will be better, and it won't. It's just part of the business that you kind of accept if you're in it. So the issue is you never want to lose clients. Now, does it happen? Well, you don't. It's a weird thing. Buyers will disappear and then show back up. And then they'll disappear again. It's not strange. I'm kind of used to it. And then we'll have, most of the time listings are pretty straightforward. If someone signs a listing agreement with you and you market the property as you said you would, normally you're fine. Normally that's not those aren't deals that back out. But boy, on the buyer side, there's all kinds of emotion you're dealing with all the time. And I'll just say it. We lost that deal. Okay. There was an 11% chance that we would get the offer accepted, and we didn't. So the fear becomes, hey, maybe we should find a realtor that'll get the deal done. Now, is this an irrational fear? Well, I don't know. It's a fear that will haunt me though. Every time I write an offer on a house, every time I'm working with someone and we write an offer and we don't get the house, that fear comes into play. And it's like, well, you should have spent more. Well, this house didn't warrant more. So it was an obvious choice. And you say, well, the buyers aren't thinking that. The buyers aren't thinking, hey, they did your agent did a terrible job. I mean, when you look at the breakdown on the deal, my offer was strong. I mean, so that fear comes into play. The fear of getting fired. And on the buyer side, it's especially bad because you've spent at least, 20 or 30 hours minimum with a buyer. And you show 10 houses, that could be up to 2 hours of your time each time. It's not good. You do not want to be fired. And it's usually the thought of firing, the suggestion that you should move on from your agent usually comes from people that aren't even involved in the deal. So a parent, a friend. So it goes something like this. So say you're having a party on a Friday night and you invite your friends over to your apartment because you don't have a house. And you're all sitting there and he's like, and your friend says, hey, I have this great real estate agent and we got this awesome house and we couldn't be happier. Okay, now that's what's said. Now my people sitting in their apartment after their deal was rejected say, oh, really? That's great. We didn't get our offer accepted. Then the guy says, or the friend says, hey, well, you should try my agent because he gets deals done. Now that's a strong argument. I would accept that. But what we don't know is how stupid of an offer did they make? And, you know, was that the goal, to make the dumbest offer in the world to get it accepted? Is there some relevance to price or some relevance to, you know, to the house itself? Is there like some reason for the offer that you made that was ridiculous? I mean, in a way, I could be the best real estate agent ever if I just came up with some number that was so ridiculous on every house that the seller would take it, and that would make me the best agent according to this particular logic. And so it's tough. I'm not happy about losing the offer. I'm personally not happy about it myself. And you say, well, it's just business. It's just let it go. And it's like, no, it's not how it works. If any of you noticed that my voice has changed in a day, I got in a spot last night when I shouldn't have. I was doing what I normally do. I was looking for something to write about for the podcast, a topic, and came across a video and I watched it, and they had this cool audio mixer that was a digital one, and I thought it was fantastic. I feel like there's at the top range of my voice, there's a little bit of a whiny nature, and I don't like it. I definitely don't like it on the podcast. On the live stream, do I care? I don't know. We'll find out, because this is going to be the first day that we had the live stream with the new voice stuff. But anyway, when I did that, it caused all kinds of issues. I had to redo a bunch of stuff. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of my day taken away. And that's the deal. Now, this morning, the goal was to get down here and make sure that it was working before I started my live stream. And I don't know. I don't understand how it works right now. Like, I don't understand the settings very well. When I went to look online to find out how to do the settings, what they were telling me to do and what I was able to do were two different things. So I know it works. I just don't know if it's going to continue to work or things like that. It's very, very up in the air right now. I do want some sort of mixer. Should I spend $600 for the Rode mixer? Probably, but I don't want to do it right now. So let's talk about the next issue, and we'll relate it to my sleep, which will be impressive. Have you ever seen the YouTube channel Uncivil Law? A guy named Curt is on Uncivil Law, and he brings his opinion to court cases, and he's on a bunch of other different, what they would call LawTube, and I quite like his content. I don't know why. It's literally him. It's like me. I mean, it's him sitting in his apartment or house or whatever, and he just breaks down stuff, and he has a systematized way that he does things. He'll record a bunch of stuff on Sunday, release it on the week, and it's fine. I do like it, and he will bring to light court cases that he's paying attention to. And I don't, I watch LawTube just because it's something different from my everyday life. It's not real estate. It's not cars. So it's just something different. Lately I've not been able to watch as much YouTube as I've wanted to. But anyway, yesterday I subscribed to Uncivil Law, and I have like 4 channels, so they all subscribe to Uncivil Law. And I can't remember if I was prepping before the show or if it was after the show when I was putting everything in order. But I think it was before, because I saw this thing for Ethereum. And it's like Ethereum Live. And I was like subscribed to it. I went to the channel and I was subscribed to it. I was like, I've never subscribed to something about Ethereum. I want nothing to do with cryptocurrency, all that crap it's just all spam. I don't want to have anything to do with it. So I'm watching this and I'm like, how did I get subscribed? I never hit the button. I never did this. Well, it turns out I find out later that was Uncivil Law's channel got hacked. And so he goes, he was on Good Logic with Joe Norman last night. And he went through the whole thing, and he's upset. As well he should be, but we'll try to go through that in a minute. But he said that he was out at the store or something, and he got a phone call from one of his friends, and he's rushed home, and they had made all of his videos private, and he couldn't do anything about the live stream. And so then he was trying to do anything he could, and then he ended up, I don't remember what he did exactly, but he tried to make the videos live again or something. And so then everybody that was subscribed to his channel got all these notifications. Now, I don't turn on notifications for any channel. I'm a little bit creeped out by that. I don't want, I have a certain way I go about the day. I don't have notifications on my phone turned on for anything either. I have to concentrate at some point. And so having notifications on, but anyway, because he turned them all on, he has over 1,000 videos. So everyone was getting 1,000 notifications. So apparently that was considered spamming. So he got a terms of service strike, and then the channel was just deleted. Okay. Now he is upset. Okay. I can't imagine what he's going through right now, because I've only been doing this since July, and I put at least 2 hours into just the live stream a day. And then God knows how many hours into the editing and all that other stuff for the podcast. And I mean, it's a lot of time, and he's been doing it for longer than I. Now, he had more subscribers, and what I liked about his channel is that I was watching his channel grow. And I was paying attention. How is he growing? Well, he was doing collaborations with others, and his style was interesting. When I'm in the real estate space, right? I mean, it's not it can be a very boring topic. You have to have some. I mean, I'm bad at telling stories. Look at this one. I've stuck right in the middle of it. But it's difficult to capture the audience. And when you watch Uncivil Law, you say, this isn't going to go very well. But the level of knowledge that he has, the everything that he brings to his channel makes it go, makes it work. So anyway, I didn't know about it until last night. I didn't make the connection. But here this man has lost his channel. Now, his collaborators, the people he works with, and they've all put out tweets at YouTube calling for the channel to be returned. Eric Hunley says that his channel was taken down one time, and that he was able to get it back. The weird thing is, for me, I've got everything backed up. Okay. But it's not about having a backup. It's the whole thing where you've lost. I mean, it's a lot of work. And if you're like me, I can work every day, and there's more to do than I'll ever get done every day. The minute I wake up in the morning, there's more to do than I'll ever get done. And it's hard. And here this guy is, putting the hours in, putting the time in, making an effort, and just gone. Very, very scary as a YouTube creator to see what happened. what, what could be done about something like this? How do we fix it? Well, to me, I know this sounds bad. Like all these tech platforms, there's no one in the back end. Okay. It's always like someone in India or something. I'm not criticizing the Indian people. I'm just saying it's always the cheapest possible place they could put somebody. And it's just, you've just lost basically 2 years of your life, and you're reaching out for some help, like, please help. And there's no one there. A chat bot. So I checked the channel this morning. It's not there. Hopefully it'll be up today. Hopefully it'll work out. I can't say go find him on YouTube because he's not there right now. I think he's on Locals, Uncivil Law. I don't know. Locals is, it's, people don't understand. Everyone wants to say, hey, it's your fault. YouTube is going to ban you at some point. You should go and, be on other platforms. God, it is hard. It is hard to be on other platforms. I tried doing Odyssey for a month. No one was watching my videos. I was just doing it daily. I don't know. It wasn't doing me any good. Then I was on Locals as well. And my channel's just sitting there dormant because, like, to produce the amount of content that I produce and have a full-time gig is almost impossible. And I'm not even doing that much, and I want to do more. But man, it's tough. So I understand. And now Odyssey had it at one point in time where it would pull your video from YouTube and automatically send it over. I don't know about Rumble, and Locals got together. Rumble, I never understood the terms of service well enough to know if I could be on there. And there was like 3 different tiers. I didn't understand. Then they're with Locals now. Locals was great, except you could only upload videos for a certain amount, for your certain amount of followers. And I didn't have enough followers. And it's just every single thing is like jumping through hoops. So anyway, you see, it's obvious to the normal viewer that you should get a backup. Okay. But like YouTube is the space. Like people find you on YouTube. I've found all of LawTube on YouTube. So when they go and they say they're, check out my Twitter, I didn't know they had a Twitter. And it would not have been something that I would have searched. But definitely would not have seen it on Locals, because I don't think any of these other platforms have any way for you to find content or suggest content. I think you have to have a fan base before you start. And like who is following me, a realtor from St. Louis, Missouri? Where is my audience to start? It's not easy to figure this stuff out. Plus, you live with this concern as a creator that YouTube one day is going to just decide something you said was so egregious that you need to be purged from the platform forever. That you don't know what the wrong thing is going to be. And just look at the things where people have been banned for on YouTube on what would be considered the left or right for what they've said, and then look at that in a perspective of time. So when they said it was disinformation, but yet, a year later, it was no longer disinformation. It was the truth. But it doesn't matter now because you were banned because of it. That's why this is such a slippery slope, and it's such a bad game that these tech oligarchs are playing. It will come back to haunt someone. I don't know who. But anyway, it's very, very bad. YouTube is absolutely amazing. Okay. And as we've talked about, like Google search, most of the time, Google search, even when they mess with the rankings, is better than any other service. Now I'm on Brave right now. We'll see how that works. I haven't had any problems yet. It's actually better than DuckDuckGo. Those people just screwed up. Now, Do they deserve a second chance? No. No. So now let's make the transition from what happened to Uncivil Law, which please, I mean, like I've only got so much pull, right? I literally have 5 subscribers on my live stream channel. I don't have the pull that others do. Okay. If you can help Curt, help him. Subscribe somewhere, do something, tell YouTube to do something. That was my goal today. I'm going to make the title something like Uncivil Law needs to be reinstated. Hopefully that does something. I don't particularly want to tweet. I don't have a personal Twitter. I only have the company Twitter account, and I don't really want to tweet that on the company Twitter account because that just doesn't seem like the right medium. But I'm going to try. I liked his content, and I don't want him to be gone. I don't want him to be disappeared. He was on with Attorney Tom, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, and I laughed for like an hour. It was funny. So now we get to my situation. So I have been branching out. I'm on TikTok a little bit. I've decided to put some YouTube shorts out. I've got a clips channel, but I stayed away from shorts because it doesn't seem to work for me. But I'm going to do more of it. I've resigned the fact that I needed to be doing it. So I'm on all those things. And last night, around 10:30 at night, I got a comment on my YouTube channel. Now, we've talked about comments on the YouTube channel. I don't really understand. Like, sometimes, like, everyone encourages you as a creator to respond to comments, but sometimes the comments don't make any sense. So I don't know what I'm commenting on. Like, there's one woman on one of my videos about Florida and code violations was talking about how Florida needs to be careful. It's going to sink into the Atlantic Sea. What am I going to what am I going to do with that? So last night I got this thing. It was from a guy named Jay Black. Okay. Jay Black. That seems like a reasonable name. And he writes that he was writing on my live stream that I don't know if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't want, in fact, I'm not going to pull it up because it's too far away. Anyway, he's like, yesterday's show was about like home prices going up, things of that nature. It wasn't. I'll see if I can pull it up. Now I'm kind of intrigued. Here we go. Yesterday's video was about the live stream. Was about mortgage payments rising and places with the most single people. Okay. By, where and how it was related to buying homes. Now there was other stuff in there too, but this guy writes like something that has nothing. Jay Black, the guy, writes all this stuff that has nothing to do with my video, right? And that's at like 10:30, and it's about. Then the next person comments on his comment. And it's about cryptocurrency. And then the next 10 comments are all replying to the same guy about this cryptocurrency. And I'm like, and it's like, you need to, that's why I always follow this guy. They had his name. And so I was like, oh shoot. They've gotten into my channel now. I'm going to lose my channel. Now understand, I don't really think hackers are going after real estate agents that have 5 subscribers. I mean, it made sense on Curt's channel because there were like 300,000, maybe 400,000. I mean, I thought there was a lot. Maybe there weren't that many subscribers, but there were a lot. There were more than the 5 that I have. And so I was like, well, that's a spam comment. So I marked it as spam. And the reason why I knew it was spam is because, number one, no one watched the video. There was 12 replies to, I only had 4 people watch my live stream yesterday. I mean, we're not talking huge numbers. Okay. So then I was convinced that this morning I was going to wake up and try to live stream, and my channel would be gone, just like Uncivil Law. So, if it can happen to him, it can happen to you. I thought it was happening to me, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm here. I'm checking the chat constantly to see if anyone else is with me. They're not. It's depressing, but it is what it is. Anyway, so I did the shorts, and YouTube Shorts right now, just to kind of go over the stats. I put out one video. It has 4 views. Okay. And I think 2 of them are mine. I'll be honest with you. I think 2 of them are mine. That's on a YouTube short 1 day later. On TikTok, I have like 600 views of the same video. YouTube needs to get it together. I feel like sometimes I'm getting put in a bad spot. Like, I feel like sometimes somebody's against me. I feel that way. Can I prove it? Nope. Is it natural to feel that way when things don't go well? Yes. But when you put something on one channel, one bit of social media, and it does pretty well compared to, another channel where it does horrible, I mean, we've seen the live streams that I compete against at 9 in the morning. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 100 people in here enjoying themselves with me. No reason. Are my straight videos okay on Deerwood Realty? Yes. Why am I stuck at 59 subscribers there? It's like, do I talk about the wrong thing? I don't know. I just, the one thing that isn't owned by YouTube that I'm on, and I don't even like TikTok. Don't put that on me, but just a random video on TikTok is beating YouTube Shorts by a lot. Anyway, that's where that is. So, it'd be nice if I got if you could subscribe, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if you came in on the chat. It would be nice if you watched my live stream later. I'd appreciate all those things. But it'd also be nice if you thought about Uncivil Law, and whenever he gets back, if he gets back, please subscribe to his channel. It's a great channel. It's not set up for I don't think it's too, I think a normal person can watch it and learn and not be intimidated. That's the best I can say. All right, we're gonna move on. Now, what do we have today? We have, we have that. Should we talk about it? Yes, we should. So we've talked about, I like Elon Musk. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. I'm uncomfortable with his work in China. I'm not. That's where I'm at. But what his ability to market himself is on a level that is just unbelievable. Now, I saw criticism yesterday about, they're like, hey, dude, you're worth $15 billion. I don't even know what he's worth myself. I don't know. But you shouldn't be tweeting. Like, you should be more serious about things. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's trying to silence someone. I don't wish to have anyone silenced. In fact, if anything, the more I hear people speak, the more I either like them or dislike them. For instance, I do not like Bill Gates. I do not want to have anything to do with that fellow. When you hear him talk, Okay. When you see what he's done, I want nothing to do with Bill Gates. I mean, nothing. So when he has his handlers tweet for him, it's great. It's great because the more I see him, the less I like him. And this has been going on for years. Just not, I don't. And then, like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, the more they talk, the less I want to listen to them. Their view of the world is fine. It works for them, but it's kind of like they're telling me how to live, and there's no way I could do the things they did the way they did them because they've closed off all those avenues now. So, I don't particularly like them either. But Elon Musk, what I think I like is sometimes he says something relatively stupid. Sometimes he says something really, really interesting. He has a sense of humor. And he says stuff often enough that if there's one thing that you don't like, then later on there'll be something that you will like. And so that's kind of the way I want to frame today's Elon Musk talk. He made it onto Google search trends for yesterday. He does that, once a week? Here we go. This was hilarious to me. Elon Musk challenged Putin to a fist fight for the fate of Ukraine, and the Russian government responded. Now, understand the absurdity of that's the humor. This was the humor. Do you really think that Elon Musk is going to fight Putin in a fist fight over Ukraine? Do you really think that? It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm pretty sure it's intentional. I hope he's not serious. Anyway, it says, as the intensity, this is from, where is this from? Fortune magazine. As the it was Fortune magazine. I don't know if it's a magazine anymore, if it's just online. But anyway, as the intensity of Russian President Vladimir Putin's campaign in Ukraine escalates, billionaire businessman Elon Musk has an unorthodox yet old-fashioned solution. I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to single combat, Musk wrote on Twitter Monday. Stakes are Ukraine. Musk wrote out both Putin's name and the word Ukraine in Cyrillic script, but while Putin's name was written out in Russian, Ukraine was written in Ukrainian, a show of support from the world's richest man towards the plight of Ukrainian citizens after Russia's unprovoked invasion. Well, that's a fascinating. Russia's unprovoked invasion of the country just over 2 weeks ago. Well, I disagree with that sentence, but let's just go with it. Now, does he know that Ukraine was written in? I mean, I'm sure they did it on purpose, but it's pretty impressive. It says the tweet has yet to receive a response from Putin, but Russian government officials have been happy to respond to in his stead. You little devil are still young. The head of the Russian space agency, whatever, says, compete with me, weakling. It would only be a waste of time. Now, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know if the translation is wrong or what, but compete with me, weakling. It would only be a waste of time. So why? It's just weird. Are we really to assume that Elon Musk is some sort of prize fighter? It's just the thing. It's absurd, and that's what makes it funny. It says Musk has been remarkably forthcoming in public about his endorsement of Ukraine and criticism of Putin, and his support has not been limited to provoking the Russian president to duel him on Twitter. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO has not been afraid to use the vast array of resources at his disposal to help the dogged Ukrainian resistance movement and besieged citizens. Days after the invasion, Musk accelerated a planned rollout of internet coverage from his satellite internet company Starlink to Ukraine. And this is a fact. This cannot be taken away from him. He absolutely did do that. Right? So, It says, Musk and Fedorov claimed that the expanded Starlink coverage would give Ukrainian forces a tactical advantage over invading Russian army. Satellite dishes required to make the Starlink service work started arriving just one day after Musk's announcement. So he did that. Now, I mean, we live in the West, and I don't understand this conflict. Okay? But I do know that it's the first real conflict we've had with a significant part of the social media world, you know, really in full force. And it's obfuscating the news. There can be no doubt, there's no doubt in my mind that we really have no idea what's going on. And that's, I think that's by design. It says, Fedorov seems to be on Team Elon in the possible Putin-Musk showdown. I'm sure that the Elon Musk can send Putin to Jupiter, adding an image of Putin locked in a spaceship en route to the planet. Musk's original tweet has received over 200,000 likes, but in typical Elon fashion, the billionaire businessman has been unable to avoid stirring up controversy. This is correct. He is very good at this. He is very good at this. And I don't know if it's because, do we have an expectation that a billionaire should be, that a billionaire should be, more quiet? Is that what we think? But anyway, just a few hours before issuing the challenge to Putin, Musk tweeted a meme with the words, "I support the current thing," circling an image of the Ukrainian flag, apparently mocking people's inclination to show support for any topic that dominates the news cycle at a given time. Well, that's your opinion. It is your opinion, and it is funny, in my opinion. I don't think of it this way in particular. Apparently mocking people's inclinations to show support for any topic that dominates the news cycle at a given time. I don't agree with that characterization. It says the meme did not go over well with Musk's supporters. Now, this is what I love, with some calling it insensitive and tone deaf. Others seem to find the meme, which garnered more than 450,000 likes, refreshing and humorous. Okay. So out of 450,000 likes, okay. Now, we don't know the impressions, or we don't know anything like that, but 450,000 likes. What if even 10,000 people disliked it? Would that matter? I don't think so. I just saw that I screwed this up. I got to put this here. Anyway, that's where I'm at on that, Jack. Let's see. That's not really that interesting. That wasn't worth stopping the flow of the show for. Okay, let's go to our next bit of information, news. This is a house in, I want to say, where is that? Creve Coeur? Maryland Heights. Okay. Have you ever seen a home that's a geodesic dome? Can you see this? Let me see if I've got the screen. Yes, you can see it. This is a house in Maryland Heights here in St. Louis that's up for sale. And it's a geodesic dome. And I think it's pretty cool. And I wanted to share it with you. That's true. I mean, that's true. It's cool. I think it is. And I wanted to share it with you. And so we're just looking at the listing. I mean, it's a wood parquet floor. There's a staircase going up to the second floor. My colleague Jan first mentioned this maybe 2 days ago, and then I was looking through our listings in St. Louis, and I just think it's really cool. it's just different. It's a little something different. It's does everything always have to be the same, And what I've noticed, architecturally, like if I post something on Instagram, if I post a house from the 1920s on Instagram, I'll get quite a few responses. If I post a two-story home in the suburbs, even if it looks nice, nothing. I mean, look at this. It even has a basement, a walkout. I feel like it would be hard to sell such a intriguing. I mean, there's the deck. To me, it would be hard to sell such an intriguing building. And that's a pretty picture. Okay, so that's it. I'll read the listing. I want $600,000 for it. I don't know if that's ridiculous or not. I'll let you figure that out. Wow, unique and contemporary, gorgeous dome-shaped home with over 3,000 square feet of living space. Seated on 1 full acre of beautiful scenery. Inside, you'll enjoy a gourmet kitchen featuring granite countertops, sub-zero refrigerator, decor cabinets, custom lighting, wine cooler, Wolf warmer drawer, and built-in oven and microwave convection oven. Open to your dining room. Master suite is light and sunny with large windows and built-ins. Huge walk-in closet with built-ins, private laundry, and luxury master bath. Upstairs loft with 360-degree bird's eye view that would be perfect for an office, studio, playroom, or your own retreat. Walk-out lower level with a bonus media room. Energy efficient and hardwood floors throughout. From the expansive deck, overlook the beautiful landscape park-like acre. With easy highway access close to Creve Coeur Park and Lake, and located in the award-winning Parkway schools, this home won't last long. Don't pass up extraordinary and purchase ordinary. Okay. That was a cute little thing to say. 3,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 3 baths on a 1 acre lot. I mean, okay. I don't have the listing. They didn't call me. But come on. I think we all know I wasn't getting that listing. So let's go to the next bit of real estate. Have you ever been to Winston-Salem, North Carolina? I have not. 3 houses. This is new construction. Won't pay attention. We got the first one, $2 million, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths on a 12 acre lot. Let's look at this house. It looks kind of interesting. 41 days on the market, built in 1991. There's a little lake there, which really makes me happy. 34 pictures. Property details, not too big. Property history, just listed in February. And when was that sold? It says sold in 1987. That's when they built the house. It was built in 1991. Let's look. 34 pictures. I mean, it looks nice to start. I don't really like it being at like the bottom of a hill. That's kind of weird. But whatever. There's your little lake, your pond. Here's the house. Now it's empty. Yesterday, I was putting a listing on probably Instagram. The staging, the virtual staging was so good. It was insane. It was a house in St. Louis that I had trouble telling that it was fake. The only reason why I figured it out is because in our MLS, you're supposed to put the enhanced picture first and then put an unenhanced picture right after it so that people know it's fake. And honestly, I got tricked by the first one. I mean, it was that good. I'm impressed. So, I mean, you got a basement, little kitchen area, little bar area. Is it a nice house? Absolutely. See, that's the picture. They showed the back of the house. This is overlooking the pond, which is nice. Nice gate. I didn't like this picture because it was showing See how it's like, I don't like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's one. Here's at $1.6 million, 3 bedrooms, 4.5 baths on a 1.72 acre lot. 1954, been on the market 10 hours. There's a 2-car garage, property details, not that big. Lovingly cared for and maintained for the last 46 years. It's going to be dated. Enter the elegant foyer with floor-to-ceiling windows and double doors that lead you to the spacious living room, bedroom wing, kitchen, dining room, and pine-paneled study with wet bar. The glass-enclosed sunroom overlooks the sprawling manicured lawn with a lovely pool and a bathhouse for guests. 2-car detached garage and circle drive give you lots of parking. Find extra storage in the basement closets, hidden closets in the foyer, and the walk-up attic outfitted with many drawers and compartments. This is, I mean, it was listed $315 and it's $315. 50 pictures might be a bit much for me. We'll just see. So that's a nice entrance, a nice entryway. And like I said, it was going to be dated, and it is very dated. And is there something wrong with that? No. Get rid of the furniture, get rid of the carpet, and start fresh. You're good to go. I mean, that is a dated bathroom. This is a dated dining room. But you knew it when you read when you read the property details. You know what's coming. They warn you. You just don't know you're being warned. This house has what I would call potential. What $1.6 million do I really, I mean, that bathroom there looks like my bathroom, and my house was built in 1959. So it we can't wait to redo our bathrooms, and we will redo them at some point. You can do something with this house. Ugh. It is maintained. It is cared for. It's just not where you want to be yet. Look at that. Okay, let's look at one more. Winston-Salem. This is another new listing, $1.2 million. 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths on a 1.1 acre lot. Now, we don't know where these houses are in relation to like the nice part of town or anything like that. This house was built in 1966. The property details are not that big. It says beautifully renovated 5-bedroom home. It was remodeled in 2019. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a mid-century modern home. It was listed once in 2021. Interesting. In 2019, it was sold for $800,000. In 2021, it was listed for $1.4 million, and now we've come to the market at $1.2 million. All right, let's take a look. So that's the first picture. Yeah. I don't know what is good about Winston-Salem. I don't know what their industries are or anything like that. And so if you buy this house, okay, I mean, they want you to keep to the mid-century modern aesthetic, okay? Some people just don't like it. I do, but I don't have to be in it either, my house is mid-century modern, but it doesn't really have many of the cues that it would have when it was first built. The kitchen's been redone. Like I said, the bathrooms have not been remodeled, but they will be in my time. And I mean, yeah, 2-car garage. I mean, is there a pool or anything? It doesn't say how many square feet it is. That would have been helpful, because right now I'm not seeing it. But whatever. I don't live there, and I don't know anything more than you do. Just going to check the chat. Nobody's in the chat. Good. Okay. So that was that. Winston-Salem representing. Probably just do this article, but it's from Kiplinger. I think we looked at an article from Fortune just a minute ago. It says, how much will home prices continue to rise in 2022? It's still a seller market, but higher mortgage rates will slow the toward price increases. Know how to be a smart buyer or seller in these conditions? Well, I'd like to know that. It says, after watching 4 homes go to competing bidders over the course of 7 frustrating months, Shubham Nath and Angkor Srivastava finally nabbed a 4-bedroom home in Warren, New Jersey last June. The couple pounced on the property when it hit the market. We saw the home on a Saturday, looked at it a second time that Sunday, and made an offer Sunday night. That's actually kind of slow. I could do it even faster. And this time they were prepared to best the 7 other bidders. They offered about $60,000 above the home's $849,000 asking price. Let's say 2.5-month closing period so that the seller would have plenty of time to pack up and move. And when the property appraised for $7,000 below the price they'd agreed upon in the purchase contract, the couple paid for the appraisal gap. We jumped through a lot of hoops, Nath says. Let's just go over some of this stuff. So 7 other offers. Okay. The last house I was in a bidding war with was 9. $60,000 above. We know that the house that we lost out on was $25,000 over asking price. At least we know that. And then the 2.5-month closing period, to be honest with you, I would not have advised my buyers to make an offer on a house like that because there's other houses that you could move in 30 days. The fact that it appraised for $7,000 below the price is pretty funny to me because it's a very expensive home. And people in lower price spots are not getting that benefit. When we talk about racism in appraisals, there's also an economic disparity as well. And maybe you say, what do you mean by that, Jen? Well, what I'm saying is in terms of percent on an $800,000 home, $60,000 above the asking price and only having to put $7,000 down is quite different than my buyers in the $200,000 price range that are $30,000 over the appraisal, and they're going to end up with probably paying $15,000. It's not going to come close to appraising for the amount. That's what I'm talking about. On the bright side, it says about 35 miles west of New York City, it has ample space for home offices for both. The basement has plenty of room for their 9-year-old daughter's dollhouse and Lego projects. And to sweeten the deal, they snagged a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with a 2.95 interest rate. And they had no trouble selling the townhome they were living in. So that's great. Everything's wonderful. It says, with record low mortgage rates, savings accounts still plump with stimulus checks, and healthy increase in wages, millions of home buyers flooded the housing market last year. The surge in demand, coupled with the lowest home supply in more than 2 decades, sent U.S. home sale prices to stratospheric highs. Yes. Median existing home sale prices rose to 14.6, according to the National Association of Realtors. They reached an all-time high of $361,000 by the end of December, a $46,000 gain compared with the previous year. Among the 50 largest metro areas, Austin, Phoenix, Las Vegas saw the biggest home price gains last year. At the end of December, the number of unsold existing homes nationwide fell to a record low of 910,000. That equated to just 1.8 months worth of home inventory, making this market much more favorable to sellers than buyers. That's absolutely true. Homes also sold at warp speed. It took an average of only 19 days for a listing to go under contract in December. Now, I can't think, if your house is 2 weeks on the market, in this market, you did something wrong. There's no way that the average is 19 days. It was much less. It says millions of people rushed to buy homes last year to take advantage of low mortgage rates. That's true. But it's going to happen. We had a robust economy that created a ton of jobs last year. Why was that? Okay. 2020 home prices may slow. Most real estate economists expect the toward home price growth to slow this year. Realtor.com's chief economist, I thought that was Lawrence Yu, but whatever. Oh, that's Realtor.com's. I'm sorry. Not National Association of Realtors. Predicts U.S. home prices will grow 2.9%. A big part of why we expect home prices to slow down is because we expect mortgage rates will rise, and higher mortgage rates change how aggressive buyers can be with their offers. It hasn't happened yet, based on the house we put an offer in on this weekend. Redfin also predicts the rise in home will slow, but sees a gain of 7% for the year. Now, this was before Russia and Ukraine. This was before $4 a gallon gas. Bad news, higher prices and mortgage rates will continue to erode affordability for prospective home buyers who are already at the margin of whether they can afford to buy a home. That's true. In many markets, especially where home prices have exploded during the pandemic, first-time home buyers are having a tough time qualifying for a home purchase. That's not true. That's not true. The more they do it better in the second part of the paragraph, but more of it is like, let's say you can be approved for maybe a $250,000 mortgage, but you can't find anything for $250,000. That's what I would say. They're not having a tough time qualifying for the home purchase. They can qualify for a mortgage. There's just no home available for them. It says demand in urban areas could pick up again this year following a decline during the peak of the pandemic, when many city dwellers moved to the suburbs in search of larger homes. As people in the burbs, now that's very interesting. People are going to move back in the cities, it says. As people in the burbs gravitate back to cities, that should bolster condo sales as well. Even though the volume of condo sales was still slow at the end of 2021, the median condo price in the U.S. was $305,000 in December. So it says, after years of underbuilding, demand for newly built homes will continue to outpace inventory. Building material shortages are contributing to the price increases of new homes. Median sale price of a new home was $377,000, up from $365,000 in December. So here we go. Here are some tips for buyers. Number one, set realistic expectations. Well, that makes sense. I don't really need to read that. I know what that means. Be prepared to offer more than list price. Absolutely. Get pre-approved for a mortgage before you start looking at houses. Obviously. Be careful with love letters. I do not agree with that. It says it warns that letters can violate fair housing laws that govern discrimination based on race, religion, and other factors. In fact, Oregon banned real estate love letters this year for the very reason. However, the courts have overturned that ruling. And then, as well, they should. If you want to be a racist, if you want to discriminate against people, by all means, do that. But you're going to do that anyway. You see, that's the issue. It was never about the love letter. You're a bad person anyway. Like it didn't take a letter. So don't waive a home inspection. Some buyers are waiving a right to home inspection. I agree. I personally would never waive a home inspection because there could be huge problems lurking in a home you can't see with the naked eye. The only time I advise home buyers to completely waive a home inspection is if they're going to tear the house down and build a new home. That's very interesting. Tell the sellers you won't make, that's what I do. Goldberg recommends an alternative strategy. Tell the sellers you won't make a home repair request unless they exceed a certain amount of money or unless they pose a structural, safety, or environmental issue. I don't do it that way. I just do an amount. Get creative with your offer. Well, what about this now? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. In addition to paying full price for the home, the lenders cover the seller's closing costs. Well, that's stupid. Bricks and Hill offered a rent back agreement, allowing the seller to stay in the house. I will not do that either. Increasing your earnest money deposit can also make your offer stand out because it proves you have more skin in the game. I agree. I think I agree. And you can shorten, if the seller's looking for a quick closing. I don't know that there are tips for sellers. Don't overprice your home. That's obvious. Don't do that ever. Make your listing photos on shine. Well, come on. Amp up your marketing. I think you're fine. I really do. I mean, if you can't sell your house in today's market, then there's something wrong with you. I mean that as nice of a way as possible. Let me check my okay. I was worried that somebody might be in my chat. And if you are, I mean, come on, let's do it. Let's chat. It says mortgage rates are headed higher. Yield on government bonds, including mortgage-backed securities, are ratcheting up. So I don't really care. I mean, yes, they're coming up. That's going to happen. But I'd say deal with it. I think with that, I'm going to head on out. I'm coming down. I don't really want to do another article. I want the uncivil law situation to be resolved on YouTube. And that's what I'm going to do. So with that, I'm going to head on out. Thank you for watching. If you could subscribe, that'd be nice. I would like some subscribers. And if you want to come in the chat, come on in the chat, talk. You know, let's have a good time. Let's enjoy this. I'm going to do it no matter what. I like live streaming, and I like being able to put my opinion out there. I don't know if it's always the best opinion, but whatever. Thank you for watching. I will see